what up? It's JustJunMC. So I'm gonna give some music lesson today, and it's just the first lesson. So, what is music? In its most basic concept, it is a science of sound and an organization of sounds. Now, think of it like a movie. There are scenes in a movie. A filmmaker or team of filmmakers plot out and storyboard the scenes and organize all the scenes into a movie, plan out the shoot, and once all those different scenes are put together, you have a movie. The only difference is musicians work with sounds only. They organize all their sounds in a sequence, kind of like a movie. Understanding this simple concept and definition, even you will get and understand it, which is what even sample-based producers understand, where they simply organize all the sounds or samples into a composition. As a professional musician, your goal is to create an organization of sounds utilizing the science of sound that pleases the listener. You sit and think what would sound best, be here and there and here, and you go with it, whatever your organization is. Now, could it be even a simple clap like or your voice, like you can do a beatbox like what is sound? What is the science of sounds? How does it relate to music? Now, the reason why we want to learn the science of sound and how it relates to music is we want to know the various different ways to manipulate and control sounds. And once we learn that, then when we are organizing and sequencing our sounds for a song or music, we are able to put that sound into our sequence of sounds or music or song. And that's why the science of sound relates to music, right? So there's certain, like you listen to a song, there's certain sounds in there, you'll be like, yo, that sounds pleasing, that sounds dope in a song. Well, the musician figured out how to manipulate and control that sound, and he placed it in a certain part of the song for you to listen to, and it sounds good with the other parts of it. So that's why the science of sound is important. And with that said, the science of sound, once you understand the science, you can control it. And with control, you can play that certain sound or note or melody or what have you placed into the song or your musical sequence or your sequence or organization of sounds for your project, right? So, like, think of famous example like Stevie Wonder, very awesome musician. He organizes all his sounds for his songs. So he'll be like, oh, for here I want this, here I want this, here, and then he'll have a song. And more often than not, a lot of people dig it. They'll be like, yo, Stevie Wonder is dope. He's got awesome music, right? Alright, now we've gotten to that part. Now, what is the science of sound and how does it relate to music? The science of sound is the many ways it is made, like sounds are made. And with this knowledge, we understand how to control it for music so that we can come up with the best composition and organization of sounds, a song pleasing to the listener. We control it in various ways so that we know, like, according to our sequence of sounds, where to place it. So once you figure out the signs of sound, you know how to control it, you know where to place it. So you be like, okay, in this part of the song, I think this will sound dope if I put this note with a guitar or piano with a bass and a drum hit all together with like some guy saying twerk it or whatever, right? There's so many ways to do it. Now, the first aspect is we're going to talk about tone or pitch. Now, according to Wikipedia, a musical tone is a steady, periodic sound. A musical tone is characterized by its duration, pitch, intensity, or loudness, and timbre. The notes used in music can be more complex than musical tones, as they may include a periodic aspects such as attack transients, vibrato, and envelope modulation. A simple tone or pure tone has a sinusoidal waveform. A complex tone is any musical tone that is not sinusoidal but is periodic, such that it can be described as a sum of simple tones with harmonically related frequencies. Now that's a very Big Bang Theory, Sheldon Cooper way of describing it. But the more simple way to say it is just think of tone as like lower and higher tones. Like you think of Barry Manilow, he has a low voice. You know, when he's singing, it's like, hey baby, you know what I'm saying? And then you have like the higher notes. Like think of Christina Aguilera. Like, so like we'll go to higher note, well somewhat higher because I can't sing that high, but la 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 la, right? So do re mi fa sol la ti do, right? Now, generally speaking, on a genetic and biological level, usually females are the ones who have a higher range of tones that can be sung from lows to highs. However, women tend to have higher pitches and tones in their singing voices, which helps, and it's just a total general biological and genetic thing. Now, obviously, this doesn't apply to everyone. There's exceptions to every rule. There's dudes that sound like they got their, we'll keep it PG, their egg roll. It's like they got their egg roll kicked in, and that's how they hit the high notes. Now, another way to think of it or learn it is if you have a keyboard, or if you do not, you can go online to play with the keys on a keyboard, like a piano. Do a Google search for an online keyboard or piano, and then just hit all the notes from high to low, and then you'll notice the differences. There's higher notes and lower notes by the pitch. You know what I mean? Like la 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 la, right? And now that you understand this, you know how to control the sound of the different tones. So from that basic, you'll know like in which part of the song to hit a certain tone or pitch in your sequence of music, right? So you could be playing someone else's song, you'll see the note, you'll be like, okay, for here I'm playing bass, I'm going to hit this note for them, and then we'll say this guy's name's Joe, he's going to hit a different note on the piano, and so on and so forth. There's different ways to do it, but that's the basic concept of it. Now that you are at a piano, you can see each key has its own tone. They're called notes, and they're high and low notes. You can have a singular note played, or you can combine notes into one hit, as spoken of like a little earlier. There are even many musical pieces where they combine various instruments such as voice, piano, and drum into one hit, and it can be various notes. Your voice has notes, a drum has notes, and obviously a piano and various other instruments in the world have notes. Right? Now, every instrument has its own unique sound, but they can still have different tones and pitches to them, and then you just play along with it, right? So that's pretty much it. Play around with the piano and your voice, maybe some drums or whatever else you can think of, and figure out some cool sounds on them that you can organize into a sequence for later on. And we'll get into other aspects in another episode. So thanks to my many subscribers. Honestly, isn't very much. Ha 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 ha. Give it a like, a thumbs up, a share, and subscribe, and peace. Alright. Yeah, thanks again for watching. Yo, check out my websites. I got hiphopbig.com. That's where I put all my hip-hop stuff that I made. My mixtape, Tony Vu Computer, is free for download, or you can pay however much you want. You can give nothing, so it's free, or you can give me something. It's at hiphopbig.com. And yeah, follow me at Twitter and Facebook and all that. It's down below. Also got other things that I do to try to make a living. So yeah, visit them, holla at me if you need anything that I provide. You know what I mean? And let's get it. Bam.